Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tacoma, Washington, as Bellator makes its first ever trip right here to the great state of Washington. Tomorrow night, live on Showtime, Bellator 283 is set at the Emerald Queen Casino, and we're ready for a main event set for 5 rounds. 2 top welterweight contenders, each looking to get one step closer to a title shot. First up, the 3-time former welterweight world champion, one of Bellator's all-time best, the 3-time former champ, the Phenom Douglas Lima, looking for his 4th title run as he takes on the ass-kicking machine. Jason Jackson riding a 5-fight win streak, looking for his first ever world title fight here at Bellator. Again, we welcome you as we get set for the weigh-ins for Bellator 283. Showtime's tomorrow night live on Showtime. East Coast, your start time for the main card will be 10 o'clock, 7 o'clock live here on the West Coast. Prelims will get underway just 3 hours earlier. So that's East Coast prelim start time 7 o'clock, 4 o'clock local time here in the West. Joined by Mazzy on stage, and for the weekend here at Bellator 283, we get set for the prelim fighters. First up on the weigh-ins, don't forget you can catch the prelims live each and every single Bellator event. 2 different places to go. First, YouTube. Catch them on Bellator MMA and Showtime Sports, those 2 channels. And you can also catch it on Pluto TV. Just search for Bellator under the sports section. Let's get the weigh-ins underway now. First up, first fight on the prelim card tomorrow night. Again, your start time, 7 o'clock in the East, 4 o'clock West Coast. Here's the matchup. It'll be Brian Neuro, Archie Colgan. First fighter to the scale. We welcome Brian Neuro. Out of Beaverton, Oregon, 8-4 as a professional. On the scale, 159.2, 159.2 pounds for Neuro. And now his opponent, fighting out of Denver, Colorado, Archie King Colgan. Undefeated thus far as a pro, 4-0. On the scale, officially 159.6. A contract weight fight at 160 pounds. Both fighters on weight. Here's your first fight, Bellator 283. Tomorrow night, Emerald Queen Casino here in Tacoma. 7 o'clock East, 4 o'clock local, your start times. We kick it off here. The matchup is set. Brian Neuro, Archie King Colgan. We go now to the bantamweight division. It'll be Coates versus Bates. First fighter to the scale, Mark Coates. 10-7 as a pro, 9 of those victories. He finished his opponent on the scale now. 137.8, 137.8. And now his opponent at 5-0, the undefeated Jalen New Breed Bates. 4 submissions to his credit out of Lakewood, California. Official weight 136, 136 pounds for Bates. 137.8 for Spokane's Coates. Fight number 2, prelims. Tomorrow night. Set for 3 rounds or less. It'll be Mark Coates, Jalen New Breed Bates. Next up, we go to the welterweight division. Iniguez versus Feraldo. First to the scale, Luis Iniguez. Sicario 23 comes in 5-1 out of Pasco, Washington, on the scale 170.8. By way of Portland, again official weight 170.8. His opponent now undefeated, 7-0, all 7 wins by way of knockout. The Renaissance man, Vicious Roman Feraldo. Official weight exactly the same, 170.8. Both fighters 170.8. Fight number 3 on the prelim card, welterweights, Luis Sicario, 23, Iniguez, and Vicious Roman Feraldo. Next up, we go to the featherweight division. It'll be Bame versus Magomedov. First to the scale, Kevin, game time, Bame. Out of Portland by way of Springfield, 9-4 as a pro, 147.6 on the scale, 147.6 for Bame. And now we welcome his opponent, the undefeated Ahmed Magomedov. 8-0 as a pro, 4 submissions to his credit. On the scale, on point, 144.6, 144.6 for Magomedov. Seven prelims scheduled tomorrow night. Here's prelim number 4. Again, featherweights. It'll be Kevin, game time, Bame, Ahmed Magomedov. We go now to the lightweight division. It'll be King versus Ramadanov. First fighter to the scale, we welcome back to the Bellator cage, Bobby King. Off 2 huge back-to-back victories inside the Bellator cage. He stands at 12-4 overall as a pro, 155.4 on the scale, 155.4 for King. We welcome now his opponent, Gaji Ramadanov. 17-4-1. His professional record, 11 finishes to his credit. On the scale, 154.4. 154.4 for Ramadanov. Prelim 5 tomorrow night. Catch it. YouTube, Bellator MMA, and Showtime Sports, the 2 channels, and on Pluto TV. King versus Ramadanov. And now we go to the flyweight division. Porto versus Ortega. First to the scale, please welcome Vanessa Porto. Out of the Jaú, Sao Paulo, Brazil. 23-9, 4 knockouts, 11 submissions. Her weight, a hard-fought 125.8. On point, 125.8 for Porto. And now we welcome the former flyweight Bellator title challenger, Vita Ortega. 6-4 as a pro out of Boise, Idaho. She comes in exactly the same. Again, a hard-fought 125.8 to be on point. Both fighters the same, 125.8 pounds. A flyweight feature fight in the prelims tomorrow night. Again, live on YouTube, live on Pluto TV. Here's your matchup, Vanessa Porto, Vita Ortega. And now anchoring the prelim card tomorrow night, your 7th and final prelim in the middleweight division, Rasta versus Cotton. The showdown of undefeateds, both at 6-0, both debuting professionally in the Bellator cage. And they're still in the Bellator cage. To welcome first, Dalton Hercules Rasta. Out of Coconut Creek, Florida, by way of Newcastle, Pennsylvania. 6-0, 3 knockouts as a pro. 185.4. 185.4 for Rasta. His opponent now, out of San Jose, by way of Hutchinson, Kansas, Romero Cotton. 6-0 as a pro, 3 knockouts, 2 submissions. His weight, 185.6. 185.6. Anchoring the prelim card again in the middleweight division, the number 8 ranked Dalton Hercules Rasta, the number 7 ranked Romero Cotton. Battle of undefeateds, both 6-0. Their entire careers inside the Bellator cage. Again, the prelims tomorrow night. They begin live 7 o'clock in the East, 4 o'clock Pacific. Now, we go to the main card, a 5-fight main card tomorrow night, Emerald Queen Casino, live on Showtime. Your start time, 10 o'clock in the East, 7 o'clock here local Pacific. We start. First fight of the night. We'll kick it off in the heavyweight division. It'll be Gom versus Franklin. First to the scale, Marcelo Gom. Out of Pitangueiras, Sao Paulo, Brazil, 9-3 as a pro. His official weight, 257.6. And now his opponent, please welcome all day, Davion Franklin. At 5-0 as a pro on the scale, 264.2 for the undefeated Franklin, 264.2. Gom into Bellator at 265 in his debut, a TKO round 1 victory. Davion Franklin, all 5 of his fights inside the Bellator cage. He brings 3 knockouts. There's your first fight, heavyweights. Marcelo Gom versus all day, Davion Franklin. We go now to the welterweight division. It'll be Berhomo versus Larkin. First to the scale, please welcome Muhammad Berhomo. Undefeated as a professional, 14-0. 2 knockouts, 9 submissions to his credit. On the scale, 171 even, 171 pounds even. And now his opponent, the veteran Lorenz, the Monsoon Larkin. At 24-7 as a pro, 12 knockouts to his credit. Onto the scale, official weight, 170.8. 170.8. Larkin coming off 2 successful fights in the middleweight division, back down to his home at welterweight. Fight number 2, welterweight division tomorrow night live on Showtime. Muhammad Berhomo, Lorenz the Monsoon Larkin. And as we're welcomed on stage by Bellator President, Mr. Gonzalez. 7-1 as a pro, 3 knockouts to his credit. 156 even on the scale. 156 pounds, Gonzalez. And now we welcome his undefeated opponent, Usman Nurmagomedov. 14-0 as a professional. 3-0 in Bellator. Weight 155.2. 155.2 pounds. For Usman, 12 of those 14 finishes, 12 finishes in his 14 wins, 9 of those 12 coming in round number 1. There's your lightweight matchup, fight number 3, Chris the Lion Gonzalez, Usman Nurmagomedov. And we go now to the co-main event for Bellator 283 lightweights. It'll be Musayev versus Outlaw. First to the scale, Tofik Musayev. In his Bellator debut, fighting out of Baku, Azerbaijan, 18-4 as a pro. On the scale, 155 on the mark, 155 pounds even for Musayev. And now his opponent out of Coconut Creek, Florida, by way of Philadelphia, Sydney Outlaw. The number 1 ranked lightweight at 16-4 as a pro. On the scale, 155.4, 155.4 pounds for Outlaw. Tomorrow night's co-main event, lightweight division. His debut in Bellator, Tofik Musayev takes on the number 1 ranked contender, Sydney Outlaw. And we go now to the main event of the evening. Tomorrow night, Bellator 283, scheduled 5 rounds or less. Welterweight division, Jackson versus Lima. First fighter to the scale out of Deerfield Beach, Florida, by way of Jamaica at 15-4 as a professional. Please welcome the ass-kicking machine, Jason Jackson. 6-1 in Bellator, riding a 5-fight win streak into tomorrow night's event. His official weight, 171 pounds for Jackson. And now we welcome his opponent, the 3-time former Bellator welterweight world champion, the Phenom, Douglas Lima. The veteran of 42 fights, 32 victories against 10 defeats. His weight, 172.8 for the fighter out of Atlanta, Georgia, by way of Brazil. Lima looks for a 4th title reign. Jackson looking for his first world title fight. Tomorrow night, a step toward a possible title fight for each. 5 rounds in the main event tomorrow night. Jason, the ass-kicking machine. Jackson, Douglas, the Phenom, Lima. Again, we thank you for joining us. Emerald Queen Casino tomorrow night here in Tacoma. Great to be here for the first time in the state of Washington. Again, your start time's live on Showtime. 10 o'clock in the East tomorrow night, 7 o'clock in the West for the main card. The prelims, though, 3 hours earlier, 7 o'clock on the East Coast, 4 o'clock on the West Coast. You can catch them live on YouTube and Pluto TV. We thank you for joining us here at the weigh-ins for Bellator 283. We'll see you tomorrow night for the prelims on YouTube and for the main card live on Showtime.